This is Meteorologist Mark Molnar, your host for the weather show, Weather Northeastern. Now, we're going to get into viewer sent in photos and videos, but very quickly, we're going to give you a special tropical weather update here. We have had some problems, of course, this hurricane season. We've had Hurricane Harvey, which was a tremendously bad storm. Now, needless to say, we've got Hurricane Irma out here. Hurricane Irma looks to be, right now, it's right on that Category 3 line here. We're looking at a major hurricane. Now, this is kind of good and bad news because the system will continue to head towards the west-northwest here. However, since stronger systems have a tendency to recurve due to the centripetal force here, you can see how past hurricanes that have achieved major hurricane status have been able to recurve before hitting the United States. We have the possibility that this storm could recurve. However, I want you to keep visiting back here at MeteoMark's Weather Northeastern because right now the system looks to remain blocked to the north. Now, if they can find a weakness in any of these subtropical ridges here, because as we know, high pressure winds spin this direction, and you can see, as of right now, my current track keeps it on towards the Lesser Antilles. So the very minimum here, we're going to be looking at the Lesser Antilles being the problem areas for this storm. So if you're in Dominic, St. Martin, any of these major Lesser Antilles island chain here, you're going to want to continue to watch it here. Puerto Rico wants to watch it, as does the Dominican Republic and Haiti as well. Now, after that, things get a little bit obscured because we've got a lot of model solutions that take it westward towards South Florida and eventually the Gulf of Mexico, and then many models that recurve it out into the Atlantic, and then there's some that bring it up towards the Carolinas. So right now, our best cone of uncertainty, or I should say certainty for that matter, will be right in this range here. So we'll continue to watch it here at MeteoMark's Weather Northeastern. This will definitely be a storm to watch as it's our next major hurricane following on the heels here of Hurricane Harvey, which was a devastating, terrible storm to say the least. But we'll continue to watch it. We're not going to jump to conclusions on where it's going to go after this because things could really change down the road here. And as I said, there's potentially 3 model solutions here, 3 different directions. Of course, there will be a little bit of wind shear as well. We'll continue to watch for the possibility of that. Forecast track in this cone keeps it a major hurricane through the forecast period. After that, we'll have to see what goes on because fluctuations will be based on eye wall replacement cycles. And we'll see if it can get a weakness in one of these subtropical ridges. There's going to be a lot of blocking going on here, however. Let's get right into the viewer sent in photos and videos. Lucas from Linden, Texas. Thankfully, he's been north of this Hurricane Harvey, so he escaped all the major flooding and everything. But take a look at his nighttime photos here. Very nice, to say the least. Thank you, Lucas, for sending those in. And we're going to get right into the forecast here, starting off with precipitation amounts. Theme has been to omit the western part of the United States and pretty much eastern part of the United States here. We're continuing to deal with moisture from Hurricane Harvey on the order of 3 to 6 inches here in the upper Appalachians, just west of the Appalachians, places like West Virginia, Kentucky. And we'll see kind of a rainy forecast here south of the Mason-Dixon line into your, take a look at this, trough in the east, strengthening as we head through and after Labor Day, to say the least. Now, we will get some good days out of this. Friday, take a look at this. Friday across the Northeast, we're looking pretty decent, to say the least. Temperatures will be rather chilly. This is going to feel like an early fall day, maybe a middle fall day here. Temperatures will struggle to get out of the upper 50s and lower 60s across the Susquehanna River Valley, the Adirondacks, the Catskills, up into northern New England here. But as you see, most of the rainfall stays south of the Mason-Dixon line. We will have spritzels coming up from the PA Turnpike on southward into Saturday. Look at this. This is where things get a little bit interesting. We got a low pressure riding up along, which was associated with the remnants of Hurricane Harvey. Thankfully, this will not be flooding rain, but from the PA Turnpike on southward, even from Interstate 80 on southward, don't rule out some showers into the day, especially later on into Saturday. This will overspread the entire region on Saturday night, but you're seeing that it's actually warmer in southern Ontario and upstate New York than it is in southern Pennsylvania. So that's with the clouds and the rain into your Sunday. We get that low pressure riding up the coast. Most of the rain should be over with from west of Interstate 81 And right around the time of before noon and then afternoon, the rain will continue to progress here towards the northeast, pulling out of the area and leaving in its wake sunshine starting to develop into Monday. This will be the stellar day across the northeast. This is the day you've waited for, Labor Day. Look at that. Very beautiful across the northeast. Temperatures really getting up into the mid to upper 70s, near 80 degrees. So really get out there and enjoy the holiday weekend. And just to make note, gas prices are on the rise across the country as refineries have been taken offline in the eastern Texas and western Louisiana areas. So if you're traveling, gas prices will be on the rise very rapidly. So let's get right into the 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers. Look at that, Binghamton to Scranton and all points in between. Friday into Saturday. Friday, sunny but windy, kind of chilly, getting up towards that 60-degree mark. Really chilly start too in the upper 30s in the colder valleys into your Saturday and Sunday here. Saturday, earlier in the day, maybe a late day shower. Temperatures up towards the upper 60s into your Sunday. We'll have that morning rain likely. Afternoon sun possibly up into the upper 60s. Look at that. Labor Day looks to be the best day of them all. Temperatures getting up towards the upper 60s, or actually the upper 70s to say the least, into your Tuesday. That'll do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark, comments, Twitter at WX Northeastern, and Google Plus at MeteoMark.